In the midst of the Great Depression, a new way to escape the troubles of the world was about to arrive. In 1939, pulp magazine publisher Martin Goodman founded Timely Comics. This was the beginning of what would become one of history's most influential entertainment companies. Timely's first publication, Marvel Comics First, hit newsstands in October 1939. It featured characters that captured the imaginations of young and old alike. The Human Torch, an android with the power to control fire, burst onto the scene and quickly became a fan favorite. Alongside him was Namor the Submariner, a brooding anti-hero from the depths of the sea. These characters, with their amazing abilities and exciting stories, resonated with a nation hungry for thrills and excitement. As World War II cast a long shadow across the world, Timely Comics found its place in the hearts of Americans. In 1941, Timely introduced a hero who would become a symbol of American patriotism and resilience: Captain America. Created by Joe Simon and Jack Kirby, Captain America was a beacon of hope in a time of global conflict. With his iconic red, white, and blue costume, he fought tirelessly against the forces of tyranny and oppression. Captain America's unwavering resolve and moral compass made him an instant icon, inspiring a generation of readers. Buoyed by the success of its superhero titles, Timely Comics had struck a cultural nerve. The company's characters provided a much-needed escape from the realities of war and economic hardship. Little did anyone know, these early creations were laying the foundation for a universe of stories that would captivate audiences for decades to come. The golden age of comics had begun, and Timely was at the forefront of this exciting new frontier. The golden age of comics was a time of amazing creativity and exciting new ideas. Superheroes, with their incredible powers and strong determination, captured the imaginations of readers across the nation. Timely Comics, with its popular characters, rode this wave of popularity, becoming a major force in the comic book world. Captain America, the Human Torch, and the Submariner became household names, their adventures eagerly followed by millions. But as World War II ended, the world began to change. The demand for superhero comics started to decline as readers sought other forms of entertainment. Like many other comic book publishers, Timely faced a crossroads. The company had to adapt to the changing times and find new ways to keep its readers engaged. The golden age of comics was drawing to a close, and a period of uncertainty lay ahead. In response to the changing market, Timely Comics transformed itself. Always known for its entrepreneurial spirit, the company diversified its publications, venturing into new genres like romance, horror, and westerns. This strategic move helped Timely survive the turbulent times in the comic book industry. While superheroes took a back seat, Timely continued to publish engaging and entertaining stories that appeal to a wide range of readers. During this period, Timely was renamed Atlas Comics. This rebranding reflected the company's evolution and its commitment to exploring new creative avenues. Atlas Comics, though no longer solely focused on superheroes, continued to publish high-quality comics that entertained and captivated readers. The company's ability to adapt and innovate would prove crucial in the years to come, as the world of comics prepared for a major transformation. In the late 1950s, superhero comics started to become popular again. Timely Comics' biggest rival, DC Comics, had a lot of success with new versions of their classic characters, the Flash and Green Lantern. Timely's publisher, Martin Goodman, saw this change and the chance to bring back his company's superhero line. He gave his editorial team, led by a young writer named Stan Lee, the job of creating a new kind of superhero team. In 1961, the comic book world saw a revolution. Fantastic Four #1, written by Stan Lee and illustrated by Jack Kirby, burst onto the scene and started the Silver Age of comics. The Fantastic Four, a family of adventurers who got extraordinary powers from cosmic rays, were different from any superhero before them. They had flaws, they were relatable, and they often argued with each other, which made them seem more human and grounded than the superheroes that came before them. The Fantastic Four's success was immediate and groundbreaking. Stan Lee and his collaborators, including the legendary artists Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko, understood that people wanted more realistic and relatable superheroes. After the Fantastic Four, Marvel introduced many iconic characters who redefined the superhero genre. Spider-Man, a teenage outcast struggling with great power and even greater responsibility, deeply resonated with readers. Iron Man, a billionaire industrialist who built a high-tech suit to recover from a life-threatening injury, brought a new level of complexity and sophistication to the superhero archetype. Thor, the god of thunder, brought Norse mythology to life, while the Hulk explored the dangers of unchecked rage and the duality of man. These characters, with their relatable struggles and human flaws, captivated readers and started a new era of superhero storytelling. The 1970s was a time of big growth and change for Marvel Comics. Now a major force in the industry, the company continued to push the boundaries of superhero stories. New characters, new teams, and new storylines arrived, making the Marvel Universe even richer. Marvel's heroes, once confined to the pages of comic books, began appearing in other media, expanding their reach and influence. A key development of the 1970s was the arrival of more diverse characters. In the 1970s, Luke Cage, Marvel's first African-American superhero with his own comic book, burst onto the scene. Cage, a wrongly convicted man granted superhuman strength and unbreakable skin, became a symbol of empowerment and representation for a new generation of readers. His stories tackled social issues like poverty, crime, and racial injustice, adding another layer of realism and relevance to the Marvel Universe. Another groundbreaking character introduced during this time was Storm, a Kenyan princess who could control the weather. With her regal bearing and powerful abilities, Storm became one of the X-Men's most popular and enduring members. The X-Men were a team of mutant heroes fighting for acceptance in a world that feared and hated them. The arrival of characters like Luke Cage and Storm signaled the growing importance of diversity and representation in Marvel's storytelling. The 1970s also saw the rise of new creative voices at Marvel. Writers like Chris Claremont, Steve Gerber, and Jim Starlin brought fresh perspectives and innovative ideas to the Marvel Universe. Claremont's work transformed the team from a group of misfit teenagers into a complex and nuanced family, exploring themes of prejudice, tolerance, and the struggle for identity. Gerber's quirky and often satirical series pushed the boundaries of humor and social commentary in comics. Starlin's cosmic epics, featuring characters like Thanos and Adam Warlock, introduced readers to a vast and awe-inspiring universe filled with wonder and danger. The 80s. This was a time of amazing creativity and big changes in the world of Marvel. We saw some iconic characters appear during this time, and stories that changed the Marvel Universe for years to come. This was a time when storytelling was changing, and creative teams were exploring exciting new directions. From cosmic adventures to gritty street-level dramas, the 80s had it all. So, let's explore the magic of this unforgettable decade. The 1990s were a time of big change for Marvel. During this decade, Marvel faced some tough financial times, even filing for bankruptcy in 1996. But it was also a time of trying new things and being creative. Titles like X-Men and Spider-Man continued to be really popular, and new characters like Deadpool and Cable were introduced, which breathed new life into the Marvel Universe. This era set the stage for some big changes that were just around the corner. A new era began in the early 2000s with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It all started in 2008 with Iron Man, a movie that not only revitalized the character of Tony Stark, but also laid the foundation for a universe of interconnected films. Iron Man's success was followed by many hit movies like Thor, Captain America, The First Avenger, and The Avengers. These films reshaped superhero cinema and brought Marvel characters to a global audience like never before. In the 2010s, Marvel continued to expand its cinematic universe with big crossovers and new characters. Films like Guardians of the Galaxy and Black Panther broke new ground in both storytelling and representation. This decade also saw the culmination of years of storytelling with Avengers, Infinity War, and Avengers: Endgame, which became cultural phenomena and box office hits. Marvel's influence spread beyond movies, with successful TV shows and streaming series, which explored different aspects of its universe. Today, Marvel's impact on popular culture is crystal clear. The stories and characters that began in comic books have become a global phenomenon. Marvel has not only entertained millions, but has also inspired and connected people worldwide. As we look to the future, one thing is clear: Marvel's legacy will continue to grow, shaping the imaginations of generations to come.